There's a certain drink that we see all around us. It's responsible for giving us Santa Claus, and you see it in almost any pop culture reference. It's also used a lot as a mixer, compared with a Jack Daniels or any kind of vodka would give you a nice drink to carry the night on. But what if we make alcohol with that specific drink already? Today we're gonna make alcohol with cola. If you're a student like me, I bet you like to drink. On this channel I'm gonna show you how to make your own booze and have all the creativity with it. This is Dormdrinks. Today we're gonna tackle Coke, or cola, or whatever you call it. This beverage is drunk around the world and it's used quite a lot as a mixer. A Jack and Coke, for example, is quite widely known. You can mix it with whiskies, you can mix it with vodkas. But what if we use the sugars that's already in a cola, which is quite a lot, and let that ferment? That's what we're going to do today. What we're going to do first is we're going to measure the sugar content in this by measuring the gravity, and then we're going to let it ferment by adding a little bit of yeast. Yeah, that's actually it. We're just going to pop a balloon on and we're going to see if it works. This is going to be a little bit more of a gamble than that we have used earlier. Like an apple cider, the meat, it's widely known that it's going to work. Fermenting Coke is a little bit harder. Of course we have to work with the carbonation. Now I opened this already earlier, hoping that a bit of the carbonation will already go, but as you can hear there's still a bit of carbonation in here. And Coke also has quite a bit of acidity. It's known that if you have a rusty object, you can put it in Coke to get rid of most of the rust. But we're gonna have a look. I mean, we're just gonna pop in the yeast and I'm gonna keep you up to date on if it's working. You'll probably see a little bit of an update on my Instagram and Facebook about either yay it's working or no it's not working at all. But we're gonna try. But first we're gonna measure the gravity. To be honest, the gravity is a lot lower than I expected. We're at a gravity of let's see, 1.026, which is actually quite low. I figured that Coke would be higher. So we're gonna have to add sugar. We're gonna add 180 grams of sugar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up a little bit of Coke, which actually just feels plain wrong, but that's the only way to dissolve this stuff. We're gonna heat up a bit of Coke, add 180 grams of sugar, we're gonna mix that in with the bottle again, and then we're gonna calculate again, and hopefully we'll get a bit higher. I hope to get to about 1.08 at least, so at least something around there. So we're gonna lay at our stovetop here, we're gonna get a pan, and we're gonna dissolve some of the sugar. So what we have here is 180 grams of sugar. We're just going to put that into a pan and then we're going to add the Coke. Now you don't have to keep an eye on anything. This is a liter. We're going to make a liter, so just put as much as you think is necessary with it. I'm actually going to fill it up to about there, which seems a lot in the pan right now, but it's actually not. It's not even the little bulb here. Yeah, so a little bit more. So do that, yes. Which is about 1/3 of the bottle. Yes. We're just gonna have to heat this up, keep stirring it a little bit, and after that, when it dissolves, we're gonna take this off the heat, let it cool down a bit, put it back in the bottle, have a good shake, and then we're gonna measure it again. Now, don't shake too hard with the Coke because it's Coke, you know how it goes. You don't want it splashing around anywhere. Now it's starting to heat up and it's really starting to smell like it here. The aromas of the cola are really coming up, but the sugar is still dissolving, so we need, I think, a minute maybe. All the sugar is dissolved, so we're just gonna have to let this cool for a bit, and in the meantime we're gonna sanitize the bottle and make it ready, so after we measure it, it can go into our bottle and we can add the yeast. But first and give this a few minutes. To let our pan cool down a bit faster, I filled the top with a little bit of water, put some ice cubes in that water, and then put the pan in the water. That way the pan can cool down a little bit quicker, which is handier for me to go on. After that, I put it back into the bottle, gave it a bit of a turn around a few times, not shaking it, just turning it over, which was already enough to aggravate the Coke. However, I didn't have a splash, so that's nice. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to fill up our trial jar again, very carefully. Oh, I should really have used a funnel for this. I'm going to use a funnel for this. We're going to fill up our trial jar, and after that we're going to pop in our gravity meter again. And we're going to see what the gravity is. Ooh, actually it's quite well. I'm just going to leave it at this. I'm going to fill it up a little bit more, just the tiniest bit of Coke. Yeah, that's perfect. Yes. So, pop the cap back on, and we'll grab our hydrometer. So we still didn't get as high as I hoped, but it's a lot better. We are at 1.066 at the moment, which is more than doable. It's in the wine category. So we're gonna put this back into the bottle, and then we're gonna put it in this bottle, and we're gonna ferment. Before we're popping in our Coke into our bottle, we're gonna add just some nutrients. I'm gonna use about a tablespoon, would be more than enough. I would even suggest maybe even only using a teaspoon. With the yeast, to pitch it, I used a teaspoon of yeast, which I use all-purpose wine yeast again, and I use a tablespoon of nutrients just to keep it going. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the hydrometer out and pop all of this into the bottle. Now, as can happen with adding sugar to a mixture, the volume increased a little bit, so we already have a full bottle of Coke here, and we still have actually quite a bit left, so I'm just gonna fill it up just a tad bit more. Not too much, but like tiniest bit. Yeah, like this. And we're gonna cap it with balloon, and then that's it. It's all nicely filled up, so we're gonna cap it, and then we're gonna put it away. We're probably gonna put it away for about 2 weeks, and hopefully it will start to ferment tomorrow. Now I'm gonna take you to the aging chamber, which will be the second part of our video series. In the aging chamber, we're gonna look at the booze that we already made, and we're gonna re-rack it and eventually bottle it and even trying it out, but it will need some aging. So I'll see you in a few seconds in the aging chamber. Welcome to the aging chamber. Now we have 3 bottles that needs to go from primary into secondary, which are the apple cider and the 2 coffee drinks. Now, as you can see, the apple cider is nice and clear. This went very well. It was just plain apple juice. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put this into another bottle, then we're going to put it away for a few weeks. The first coffee drink, the normal black one, is also quite clear, or as clear coffee as can be. So we're also just going to put that in another bottle, put it away. Now, the cappuccino is a whole different story. What we have with the cappuccino is that we have a normal cappuccino color here. Then we have a discoloration at the top, which will probably just be the artificial creaminess and such. And we also have this at the bottom of our cappuccino drink. So what I'm proposing is maybe putting this through a strainer. That's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this through a strainer, and then hopefully we get most of the creamer out. What's left will probably still be quite cappuccino-ish. So we're just going to see that. But what we're going to do, with the rest is we're just going to re-rack it with tubes, and the other bottles we're going to pop with a balloon again, and then we're going to put it on the shelf for, let's say, about between 2 weeks and a month. As you can see, we have the discoloration here at the top of the bottle and here at the bottom. This will probably mostly be creamer, and the bottom will also contain some dead yeast. We wrecked our two first drinks, which is the apple cider, which is nice and clear. It went pretty well. And we also have the coffee drink, which also went pretty well. It's not as clear as the apple cider, but that's just because it's coffee. But we also have a nice bit of headspace on both of them for secondary. Now, I'm off to go do the third one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lower our tubing in here a little bit lower than this end, and we're just going to try to get the nice bit out. So from here till here. We'll probably get some of the creamer down here and down here in our bottle as well, but we're going to try our best not to. And we're going to have to level that up with some marbles probably to get the headspace nice and little, because this and this is quite a bit of volume. But we're just going to try our best and we'll see. Now, as one can see, I did my best. However, I still had to fill up quite a bit with marbles. I think these two, the apple cider and the coffee drinks, we can easily bottle in sort of 75 centiliter bottle. However, this one, the cappuccino one, will probably be around half a liter, so 50 centiliters. But that's it. We're going to place these back. And we're just going to let them wait. We're going to give them, I think, about between 2 weeks and a month. Especially the apple cider will be done perfectly by then. I think the coffee drink, the normal coffee drink as well. The cappuccino one is a bit of a struggle. It seems just a bit out of control. It's still quite cloudy, even for cappuccino. But we'll just see where this goes. Yeah, that's actually it. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe on the little button that's going to be somewhere around here, or especially down below as well. And you can follow me on a few social medias like Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Drink safe and have a good day.